Good morning, fisher people. I'm Nosh from FishOn TV. It is Tuesday, the 13th of April. It's the old boys match fishing day, and we are here at the fabulous Woodlands fishery. And when I say fabulous, it's like literally is like driving into a real nice holiday resort. Very impressive so far. I've not seen the lakes, never fished here before, but it does look rather impressive. We've just done the draw. No point videoing the draw because we've got a social distance. I'll make them queue up and just they come to a band, and I'll just give them the peg numbers, and that's how we do it basically. I don't want everybody crowding round me. Even though I've had me jab and everything, I still don't want all that business going on. So, where have I drawn, and where's the lovely, horrible bloke drawn? He's drawn peg 33 on Skylark, and he just looked at me and went, "Get the ribs ready, kid." Get the ribs ready. He's going to give me a right battering, he says, from there. End peg, which sounds of it, but I've no idea. I've drawn peg 26. I've absolutely no idea where that is or what that means. It's just a case of turn up to my peg. Let's have a look. Let's see what I think. So, I'm going in blind, and we shall see what I think when we get there. I've got to go and get some pellets from the shop because it is fishery pellets only, and I'll just ask him and see what he reckons. I'm hoping they're going to be feeding on pellet. It's supposed to be a nice sunny day today. We may get some shallot, I don't know. Pellet waggler or something, don't know. We shall see. So I'll get they're all set off. It's a 5-hour match. They've all set off to the lake. I'm still sat in my van. I've got to go pay me dues, get some pellets, unload my gear, and get down to my peg. So as soon as I get down there, we'll let you have a look at peg and see what you think. Right then, folks, I'm here on peg 26. I was just about ready on time. It's a bit of a walk to the Skylark Lake. I don't think I mentioned it earlier on. Skylark Lake here at Woodlands Fishery in Thirsk. First impression, it's basically just it's a rectangular shaped pond. There are no islands, no feature, anything in the middle, and there's a few reeds in some of the margins, and then with the spare pegs we've got platforms either side of us. Plumbed it up. The deepest that it is, it seems about 3.5 foot deep, pretty much all the way out. Maybe a little bit more as you go a little bit further out, but pretty level. And there's quite a bit of colour in as well, even though it's been a little frosty again this morning. I had to defrost my van. Peg 26, couldn't really get that much info. He just said, yeah, it's okay. Well, I'm in the middle of the lake, and just while I'm talking to you, I've just been getting ready, getting the camera and everything set up. I've just put my method feeder out into the middle of the lake, finding a few 8mm pellets. Apparently the average stamp in here is around about £8, but there are up to 20 pounders in here, so you know, you don't need a lot of fish to get £100 apparently. Like I say, I've never fished it. These boys have fished it with the tykes, you know, sort of Bob and Jeff and Gluey and Barry. Simon Hudson's fished it a few times. Fished a lot of open matches a few years ago. So what's my tactics? Well, I've plumbed up for the margins for a bit later on. With it being murky like it is, I think there's a good chance there might be some big munters in the margins later on. So I've got a margin rig set up. I've also set up at 13 metres in front of me, which I'm going to fish with 6mm pellets. Probably feed a few micros. I've got 8mm, 6mm micros. I've got micros that can go in like a hybrid feeder, and I've also got some micros set up for the method feeder. There's just two different ways that they react. It's just a slower release on the hybrid feeder, slightly quicker release on the method feeder. It's been in sort of 15 minutes. I was planning my first cast for about 15 minutes or so just while I have a quick chat with you, I'm not going to stick with this from the off. I'm probably going to go out on the pole and go straight onto the 13 metre line and have a look there. I have had one or two liners which suggest there's some fish a little bit closer to me, so maybe that 13-metre line might be the way to go. I've not seen anybody catch a fish just yet. Soz is on the end peg, I think it was 32, I think it was. He's already warned me to get my ribs ready because he reckons he's going to smash me up from there. I've no idea. I mean, when I was walking past his peg, down the margins, there's like a banking all the way down to his right hand side, and it was very, very murky there, so I'm suspecting there might be a few fish there for him. I told him, but you can imagine what he said. I've got Gluey to my right, and I've got Barry Pickersgill to my left, and Mr. Incredible is just over there. He takes longer than me to get ready. But I've seen nobody catch fish just yet. I think with it being it's been really cold for the last week or so. Got to take it steady to start with. I really don't know what to expect. I don't know whether there's loads of fish in here or not. The guy in the tackle shop says, oh yeah, there's plenty of fish, and it's been fishing okay. We shall see. He did say they have been catching on 6mm. Apparently they had one or two shallow yesterday. I don't think it were prolific. So I've also got a waggler rod set up, a bomb rod set up, and obviously this method feeder. And that's pretty much. I've also set a mugging rig up, which I can turn into a shallow rig wherever I want. So I can adjust the depths and the lash on that to suit. That's something I've just got as backup really. If I see one or two cruising about, you just never know. I think it's getting to that time of year where why not set one up? Mugging rig, not expecting it to work, but you just never know. I think it's going to get to about 10 or 11 degrees today. It's supposed to be sunny most of the day. There's no reason why at some point those fish won't come shallow, so we shall see. That's the tactics. I know it sounds like a lot of rig setup, but it's pretty basic. It just gives me a few options. Let's see how we get on. Right. I'm not saying GoPro stop recording. I know one or two of you keep mentioning it. I've just had another slight liner there. Yeah, definitely a nice liner, that one. So there is one or two fish a little bit shorter, so I'll be going out on the pole in a minute, and I'll be firing one or two 8mm pellets into the middle there. Let's see if we can draw a few fish in for a little bit later. It's taken a while. This is going balmy, this. First indication, and there's a lot of fish cruising. If you throw a pellet to them, they're not interested. It definitely looks like a mugging day today. But I've persevered. I've started catapulting 4 or 5, 6mm round my float, and I've had no indications at all that there's been lots of fish swimming everywhere. And then out of nowhere I got a little dink, and I've hooked into this, and I don't think he's happy that he's hooked at all. I did have a little go on the waggler. Simon down there, he caught one just as I said ta-da on the, as I was talking about the lake. So I had a little go on the waggler, and I did hook into one, but it was foul up to a great scale, massive scale. So I think the tales of them being big fish is right. I mean, this don't seem small. We shall see. So I'm not in any rush. I've not got big heavy gear on. It's a 16 KKMB. I know these lads laugh at me for light elastics. I've got a 10-12 elastic on. I have got heavier elastics if I need them, but we'll see. I've never fished it before, so the more I fish, the more fish I hook, the more idea I'll get of what I really need. What I do find is with heavier elastics, they tend to bolt even harder. As this at the minute, it knows it's hooked and it's been off on a decent run, but there you see, it nearly came to the top. There's not a lot of pressure, and it's a decent sized fish. So I've just got to be a little bit patient, I think. Let's go to the top now. Oh crikey, yeah. He's a mighty fish. There we go. He's got to be 8 to 10 pound. Good grief. Oh my goodness, that is a decent stamp. I don't know whether you noticed the lighter elastic, it wasn't bolting as hard, it wasn't going absolutely crazy. I'm not saying that happens every time. Oh, where's that going? And its technique well as well, it's quite a way down. Where's my bigger? There we go. I can't quite get it with my fingers. There's only a little tap on the float as well, and it's gulped it down. Crikey. There we go. Gotcha. I know we're in a match, and I know some of you play out with me, but you've got to have a look at the stamp of fish. So look at that. Nice quality fish. 8, 9, 10 pound maybe. We can't complain at those, can we? I was half thinking of trying mugging as well, so I think I've got to try that again. That was on the deck. But I do think there's one or two to be had mugging at some point. So there we go, a little bit of patience. It's taken an hour on the first fish. Alright, let's get back in and get a few more. I looked into another one, took some right guiding in that, set off on the right steam train to my right, but not sure if it's as big as the other. You just can't tell. It's just cruising about wherever it wants to go. If they're the same stamp, brilliant. No rush to get it in if they are sort of 8 and 10 pounds. There's absolutely no rush to get it in whatsoever. And again, all I was doing there, laid my rig in, put a few micros in as normal, and then 4 or 5 pellets round it. I think I did it about 3 times, and then bang, it went straight under. I mean, I don't know whether that's the technique here that they use, but it's certainly working. Well, it certainly worked on the last 2 puttings. So this is the putting straight after that last fish, so it's basically hooked 2 fish in 2 puttings. Again, I'm not trying to bully it in. I don't want it darting everywhere, so it's just mulling about. I'm guessing it is quite a decent sized fish again. Yeah, it is. You see, this one's put a bit of pressure on. Not like F1s where they pop up. It's away, so I'm not in any rush at all. I'm just letting it mull about, and I'm hoping to try and catch it by surprise. Second. Okay. Second. You've got to be patient with these things. Jeff will be going mad. Get that knickered elastic off. Get him dragged in, kid. Good old Jeff. Let's see if he comes up. And everybody's been mentioning about all the fish cruising about on top. I know there's some of them been putting waggler out and they've been chucking bait at them, and they've not been showing any signs of taking bait. And I did, but 1 or 2 went past here in front of me, just flick a pellet in front of them. and they weren't interested, but you just got to be a bit patient, I think, and just don't panic, don't start trying to do too many daft things. That's what I think anyway. Could be a load of rubbish. This is really taking some getting in, isn't it? I'll come to the top this time. He's not quite ready yet. Maybe slightly. A bit too light for these size fish. I think maybe like a 12, 14 elastic might be a bit better. But then do you go a bigger hook, heavier line? Will you still get a response? They're the things you think about, aren't they? We'll see. Like I say, it's all new to me. A bit of a testing day. Not happy about having it on this long. Because I don't think it's any bigger than the last one. It's just not tiring out. I think he's been drinking Guinness. He's not going berserk, he's just heavy and won't come to the top. Right, no point in watching this wherever it is there. So, we keep getting in. Nicely hooked. And I would say he's 7 or 8 pound again. Not as big as the other one. It's still belted fish, them aren't they? So 2 fish for just shy of £20. It's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Right, we'll get back in. Right, folks. I put my mugging rig on. No one come down here and I flicked it in front of it. I'm not sure whether it's either really angry because it were enjoying its sunbathing and I've caught it, or it's foul hooked, but it went absolutely crazy. It went straight away, just dropped it in, boom, and it's not happy. And I got it just where the end of my pole is now, but it went into the middle of the lake. I had to put all 13 metres on and just hang on for dear life. A mighty fish in here. Absolutely mighty. Good grief. And as you can see, there's fish everywhere here. I think I'm going to just let him do whatever he's doing and just fire a few pellets out. Because they have, when I've been firing around my float, there have been a few swirls, so I've got a funny feeling it might be a mugging day with this sun being out now, even though it's been freezing. Yeah, I've got a feeling this could be foul hooked, it's just not coming in. And you can see there's not just a swirl from this fish I've got on, there's swirls everywhere. And there weren't any swirls this morning, you just saw them cruising, the odd one or two. And he's coming in slowly. I don't think he's foul hooked. I just think he's well fed up that I've hooked him. And look at him, he's just coming in nicely, nice and steady. He's trying to go again now. This is what I'm saying about not going crazy trying to get them in. Oh my God, he's a whopper. Absolute whopper. Yes, he's got to be 12 or 13 pounds. Good God. Ah, dearie me. Mugging, it's the future. Who'd have thought that'd have been mugging? Mugging fish, Alan. That is his mouth's that big and get all me. Let it come out if you think it. Yes. Well, I'm not going to get him out. Just look at that. Absolute clunker. Good grief. Yeah. It wasn't foul looked, it was just big. It wasn't foul looked. Yeah, 12 or 13 pound, maybe a bit more. 12 or 13, maybe a bit more. Right, let's get back in so we can get a few more. Right, I think this might be foul looks this because I didn't have a bite. When I lifted up it was on. And somehow, I don't know how, but there's a bird's nest on my reel. Don't know how the hell where that's come from. Let's have a look, I can't even see where it's hooked. Oh, catching the camera. No, I can't even find where the hook is. Well, anyway, let me wrestle with this. I can't even see where it's hooked. I definitely foul hooks that. Right. Get back to you when I'm going to. There's not a lot of action going off anywhere. There's people moaning they haven't had bites. I know Simon's had a couple down to my left. I don't know how many he's had. I think he's had 2 or 3, maybe 4. I'm not sure. Not sure how many Soz has had. I've not heard anybody saying, oh, Soz is bagging or anything like that. But just with those 4 fish, I think I've got round about £36. But it is, even though there are fish swimming about, they're not really having it. I've tried the mugging, tried it shell, I've tried flicking pellets around it, and just not quite having it. I think I was lucky to mug that one down here, the big one. I've just gone out on the method feeder, just to have a look. I've been firing a few pellets at like 13 metres, so I'm resting. I'm not putting any more bait down there. I'll have another look on that with the pole on the deck. But it seems strange. It's weird. It's frustrating watching all these fish swim about and not being able to get any bites. Everybody's complaining about not having any bites at all. It's not just me. And I think I'm doing all right with 4 fish. Say another 3 or 4 fish will put you right in there. You know, especially at the size of these fish in here. It's a treat. It seems tricky today, but having said that, it's the weather that affects it. It's been so cold, and then you've got bright sunshine. I'm in a t-shirt now, and as soon as that sun goes behind the clouds, it's bloody cold. But I've just heard them now. Have you had a bite yet? There's people not even had a bite. No, it is. It's that I always say that time of year. This time of year. It's very, very, very strange. A warm week and then the freezing cold week after. It really does kick them off. It knocks them out of sync. So I can't really say with any confidence that there's a particular method that's working dead right. I have 1 or 2 on the deck. I've got to have another look at that, but like I said, I only had the 2 bites. It's very strange. So I've come off that line. I don't want to put too much bait down there. I have been firing pellets, but it's like 5 or 6 at a time. But while I was mugging, it was quite regular, so there's quite a bit of, they're all 6mm pellets, quite a bit of bait down there now. So I've just gone into an area that I've not really fished. I've tried a few 8mm out there on the method feeder, just to see if we get a response, but you know, I'm not even getting any liners now, which surprises me because the amount of fish that I've seen swimming about. and as soon as that sun goes in, you don't see anything. Very strange day. But I can't complain with £36. I don't think Tony's had anything to me right. I think Barry's had one, maybe two. Has Mr. Incredible had one? I'm not sure. I know John's had one and lost one. I think Jack's had one. That's about it. Nobody's saying, oh, so-and-so's bagging. But let's crack on. 2 hours to go. I'm going to feed the margin shortly and see if there's any of these big fish. I'm going to fish corn down there. I've got corn and soft pellets, so we'll see if we get any response from them. Right, update soon. Right, there's 35 minutes to go. Just cannot get a bite anywhere, and I'm not on my own. I don't think Tony's had a bite all day. I think Bob's not had any bites. I think he's foul hooked one and lost it, he said. But there's not been very many fish caught at all. Apparently Soz has had a few. Damn it! I don't know how many he's had, but I've certainly not seen a lot of landing nets go out for certain. It's been a real tough day today. I'm here on Sunday in a golden reel, but we have got a bit more warmer weather coming up, so I think my approach would be pole at sort of anything from top 2, depending which lake I get. Top 2 and 2, top 2 and 3, up to 11, 13 metres, maybe even 14 metres, depends what I think about the lake when I get there. And I think I'd take it very, very cautiously, not too much feed. But this week, got some warmer weather coming. They might be feeding more aggressive on Sunday, so it's a tricky one. I've not been able to learn too much at all because I've not seen many people catching on. Oh, that was a bit of a strange tug for the method feeder. Little jab. I have been getting 1 or 2 bites on the long pole, and I think they've been little roach, because I've seen Barry catch 1 or 2 small ones and little taps. That's about all I've been getting. And that, again, looked like a small fish indication. Normally it goes straight round. But it's been a tough day. I've had a quick look at my margin. I've just put a little bit more bait down there, and we'll have another look in about 10 minutes and just see if we can hopefully get 1 or 2 more fish. I think 1 or 2 more fish might put me in with a shout. So, quick cup of coffee. Hope that goes round. Just see if we can get 1 or 2 more of these big lumps. Well, fishy people, all weighed in. Well, first of all, I've got to say, what a complex. Absolutely lovely this. Loads of lakes. Looks like they're still doing lots of work, but I'm sure when this is finished, it will be the DBs. It'll be mint. Lovely cafe, you can have a pint and all sorts of stuff. There's lodges all over the place. What a place! Well impressed. Right, apart from the fishing today, goodness gracious, very tough day. I'll tell you what my plan was. I was thinking, let's start a bit negative, 13 metre line. I'd chuck the method feeder out while I had a quick chat to you. We've had some extremely cold, I'd say last 2 weeks, and then it's been really bright sunshine during the day. And today was exactly the same. What temperature is it now? Yeah, it managed to get to 11 degrees, and that's the van stood still. But when that sun went in, boy was it chilly. So the fish have not been having it, as we say. There's been, when the sun was out, there were 1 or 2 cruisers. I think you didn't see me mug it, but it was like I saw the fish, whip it back in, quick mugging rig, and I managed to get one. But that was the only one. I tried it shallow, dotted about, no feed. Then I tried with some feed. I've tried the pellet waggler. I had a little go on the pellet waggler early doors because Simon hooked into it, and I thought, ooh, other shallow. This is before I went on the pellet line. I foul hooked about 3 or 4 and I lost them. Scales on the hook. So they weren't really having it. Ended up going on to the 13-metre line. Very small pinch of micros, well, squashed up with maybe 3 or 4 pellets. Nothing for 45 minutes. I thought, I've got to be patient because nobody's catching anything, and I didn't want to put too much feed in. Then I just started to drizzle 4 or 5 6mm pellets in, and within 5 minutes I had a reaction. And then again on the next put-in, 2 mighty fish, 2 belters. So I thought, right, this will do. And then I didn't have a bite, not a sign. So on to the method feeder, on to the bomb. No bites apart from liners. Another go with the waggler, another go with the mugging rig, eventually feeding the margins. Into the margins, I could not get any bites. I've managed to foul up one on the bomb, actually. I forgot about that one. I've ended up, in total, 2 on the deck, 1 mugged, 1 foul hooked for £36. So they're decent sized fish. But it's fished rock hard the whole lake. I mean, Bob Huntington, you've heard me mention him. He's always in the money, and he's walked away with no fish. What a licked. Poor old Bob. Not so mighty this week, Bob. Right, but 1 or 2 people have caught fish. I think the most amount of fish that's been caught is 6. So that gives you an idea. Right, in 3rd place, End Peg with £25.98. Don't forget, it's digital scales. The lovely, horrible bloke himself, Soz. And I hate saying it. I seem to be saying it every week for him, so it's always thereabouts. What a mighty fisherman you are, Soz. Well done, son. It has fished tough. In 2nd place on peg 26. Soz was on peg 33. Peg 26, middle of the lake. Fancied it being in the middle of the lake. Just wasn't happening. £36 I weighed in with for 2nd place. So what a mighty fisherman I am. Well done me. And in 1st place, I knew I needed at least 1 more decent fish. He's had 6 fish, no feed, on the waggler. 4 and 6mm pellets. Simon Hudson, last week's winner, he caught the net of skimmers. And he's coming with £42.84. So he has done the double. Can he do the triple? There's only a handful of people done that in the club. So Simon Hudson, you are this week's Old Boys mightiest fisherman. Well done, son. Well done. And what have I learnt today? Not a great deal, because it's going to start warming up a little bit. Now, the thing that sticks out in my mind most of all is the negative approach was definitely key today. And I think I probably put a few too many in fishing on the waggler. I was casting pellets out around the waggler, and I was casting 4 to 5 pellets around the mugging rig shallow. Probably a mistake, which is why the bites probably... I did have a few skimmer type bites on that 13-metre line when I tried it again. I think feeding was probably stopped me catching maybe 1 or 2 more fish. It's all ifs and buts though. I've not had a bite on the bomb. It was a foul hook. I've not had a bite on the method feeder, and I've had no signs in the margin whatsoever. Not a liner, no movement of the float, nothing. And neither have quite a few other people. So it's been difficult to take on board for Sunday's match in the Golden Reel. What have I learned? Well, if the weather stays fairly chilly, it will be a negative approach for certain. But I think it is going to be a bit milder. Those fish might be having it a bit more. So it'll be a gentle start on Sunday for me. and then just see what's happening with other people and see if the fish are wanting feed. I certainly won't be finding pellets all over the place. Not until I know or think that they are wanting a bit more snap. Right, it wasn't so entertaining. There's only been 4 fish caught on this video. Not a lot we could do about it. Managed a second place, still thoroughly enjoyed it. What a wonderful place this is. Looking forward to coming back on Sunday. And I hope you've enjoyed today's little video. If you do enjoy my videos, don't forget folks, if you've not subscribed, it's absolutely free, it's a freebie. Click the subscribe button, and if you press the notification bell, you will get all our videos as we upload them. And a thumbs up would be very, very nice. We are at Woodland Lakes next week on Bonsai. So hopefully with a bit more warmer weather, it could be a different kettle of fish. Don't laugh at me. I always laugh at my own jokes. Kettle of fish. I don't know why I say that. It's just a saying, isn't it? Right. Until I'll be videoing Sunday. Until Sunday. I'll see you on the bank on Sunday. Take care and see you very soon.